Your number one hype gal here, and welcome to the weekly warm-up, your weekly dose to feel a little more confident and a lot more human. I'm Jess Rose McDowell, and each week I'll share life updates, mindset shifts, product faves, the little things that help me stay grounded, energized, and moving and grooving. Whether you're heading out for a jog, sipping your morning coffee, or just need a midweek pick-me-up, this is your warm-up for living a real balanced life. So take a breath, shake it out, and let's dive in. Running, hello, 2026, yikes. Can we go back? Welcome to the weekly warm-up podcast. Do you remember me? I'm your host, Jess. This has been a doozy. We're back in action though, moving and grooving. I took a month hiatus, traveled, needed it. Production's back. We're back. Thank you, team. Everybody here in the house. I am running on Celsius and coffee right now. I just got back from my run club. Gosh, I got a lot of pink going on today. I did not mean to do that. By the way, my favorite color is a nice hunter green, a nice royal green. What is going on right now? I also might have to put my sweater on. Are we appropriate? Okay. It was nice to take a month off. One, just because you need it. You need it for your mental health. You need it for your creativity health. You need it just for your all around well-being. And I am really excited to be on this microphone right now and chatting. We've got a lot of fun topics today. So let's dive in. Gosh, that felt so good to say. I don't know about y'all, but 2026 has been a year. I'm so glad that it's almost over. I am ready to welcome 2027. Oh no, I'm kidding. But Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I've never been a New Year's resolutions gal. I do obviously set goals that I want to achieve the first quarter, half year, and then second half of the year and quarter. They are baby habits. They are small goals, big goals. Some people will say, well, that's kind of like a resolution. Not really. I look at resolutions like something that the second January 1st hits, you act like it's new year, new me, and I'm going to be doing this and I'm going to be doing that. And you put a lot of pressure on some resolution that you end up fading out within the first 2 or 3 weeks of January. I also love just to roll over what I've been doing as well, my life. Nothing in the sense of what I had planned for 2025 should just be erased because there's a new year. I still have goals that I'm continuing to work towards that I started in 2025, that I started before 2025 that I want to achieve. That's how I look at it. I think that it's a smarter, less heavier way to go into a new year. I also think that New Year has a lot of shedding. I think it's funny because I've never been one to be big into astrology. I do believe that it all correlates with the universe and energy and how the stars align and the moon. And again, I don't know anything, but it's very interesting. So I guess 2025 was the year of the snake, which means you're shedding things that aren't meant for you, things that you need to, remove or let go. And then 2026 is the year of the fire horse, which is all about new beginning. I have it written down, so I'll talk about it because I don't want to. Welker is looking at me. Oh, by the way, Welker is back in action with me, which means he is looking at me like I am the biggest POS, but it's pouring outside and I got to film the podcast. If he wants to make a special appearance, we will see if that happens. Yeah, it's really funny how he's looking at me right now. Going back to the year of the horse. So I thought the year of the fire horse started at the beginning of the year. Well, it doesn't. I guess it starts in February, which is really interesting. So we're going to dive into that as well. Maybe we should do that right now. This is just what I've researched and what I've been looking at. I am not a professional at this. I'm not an astrologist, but I do find it really interesting how the 2 years correlate. And then I also find it interesting, and I'm wanting to learn more as to why it wouldn't start at the beginning, why it would start in February. 2025, year of the snake. It's a wood snake. Theme is precision over noise, strategy over speed, quiet power. 2025 rewards people who think 3 moves ahead. This is not a year for sloppy decisions or impulsive leaps. It's the year where the subtle wins. Energy check. calculated, observant, selective, slow burn progress that compounds, intuition sharpened like a chef's knife. What thrives? Long-term planning, rebrands, pivots, positioning yourself smarter rather than louder, skill stacking, certifications, behind the scenes groundwork. What struggles? Rushing, oversharing plans, burning bridges emotionally or professionally. Money and career, strong year for strategic growth, investments and negotiations. Relationships, fewer connections, deeper ones. Truth comes out sometimes uncomfortably, but necessary. If something ends, it's because it no longer aligns, not because you failed. Big lesson of 2025, power doesn't announce itself. It moves quietly and strikes clean. See, that to me all just sounds very threatening. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously year of the snake, we always look at snakes to be, I don't want to say threatening, but not in a positive light. Any type of situation where snakes involved, even going back to Adam and Eve. And now, if you want to talk about Harry Potter, which I'm not even a Harry Potter fan, but that's the thing. That's the second thing that came to mind. I mean, Slytherin was not the best house, you know? I can agree with 2025. It seems like it's a lot about just shedding. 2026, year of the fire horse. Theme, momentum, freedom, big, loud, undeniable action. If 2025 sharpened the blade, 2026 swings it. This is one of the most high octane zodiac years. Electric, risky, exhilarating. Well, damn. All right. Welcome. Let's get this puppy started. Energy check. Fast, bold, independent, charismatic leadership. Well, that's 2 words. Sorry. Charismatic leadership. If not now, when? Energy everywhere. Love that. What thrives? Entrepreneurship, travel, expansion, visibility, launches, public moves, big decisions. What struggles? Control, playing small, staying in anything that feels confining. Money and career, huge upside, huge swings. Fortunes made quickly, but also lost if reckless. Best year to bet on yourself if you've done the prep. Relationships, passionate but volatile. Yikes. Firehorse energy, hates feeling trapped. Strong relationships get stronger, weak ones combust. Big lesson of 2026, freedom demands responsibility, speed without direction burns out. I mean, talk about 2 completely polar opposite years that combine together, which I think is why most people and a lot of people have been talking about it, because of the fact of how transformative one year is into the other. And I'm finding that this one is extremely deep. Obviously, don't really want to go into 2025 because I think that that's done and over with. And we are in 2026, and there's no reason to review it. What stood out for me that I like about 2026 with the year of the fire horse is I like the fast, bold, independent, charismatic leadership. If not now, when? Energy everywhere. Yes. I love the entrepreneurship. That's definitely aligning with me. Travel, expansion, visibility, launches, public moves, big decisions. And I like that what struggles is control. Like, we don't have control. We do have control over how we act, our emotions, how we treat people, how we go about our day to day. But I really like that one of the struggles, plain and simple, is just control, because for me personally, I find that just like in anything, we try to control and hold on to things, and it ends up just emotionally wearing us down for no purpose. Playing small. Love that. We don't want to play small. Staying in anything that feels confining. I mean, I don't think anyone wants to do that in general, any year. I like for the money and career, huge upside, huge swings, fortunes made quickly, but also lost if reckless. Absolutely. You want to work smarter, not harder. Okay, can I talk anymore? I think I need another sip of Celsius. My brain's starting to fog out. I like the idea of working smarter, not harder, but also working in some sort of silence where you want to be able to trust in your community for support and reach out to them for ideas, or letting them know what your plans are and how they can support you and how you can support them. But I also think there's some things too that you should keep private to yourself when you're working on things, just because it has some sort of reward in the end when you're able to show forth that work versus just exploiting everything that you're doing. Or I don't want to say like being bragocious about it, but we don't need to hear everything you're doing all the time, or we don't need to hear that you're busy all the time, or that you have this in the works and that in the works. Sometimes quiet is better. Best year to bet on yourself if you've done the prep. Love that. So it's not even just telling you to bet on yourself. It's like, if you've done the work and you're putting in the work and you've thought of it, then if you bet on yourself, it's going to work. Fuego. The strong relationships get stronger, weak ones combust. Love it. Freedom demands responsibility, speed without direction burns out. So this is where I thought was really cool. So the power combo, why these 2 years matter together. This is what I love the most. So it says, this is not random. These years are a sequence. See what I mean? 2025 teaches you how to move smart. 2026 dares you to move big. If you plan in 2025, you dominate in 2026. Rush 2025, 2026 humbles you fast. Think of 2025 as building the engine in silence, and 2026 as flooring it on an open highway with no speed limit. Love it. Here for it. So this is what I wanted to ask, was why it starts in February. Why does Year of the Fire Horse start in February? So it follows the moon, not the wall calendar. Chinese astrology is tied to the lunar solar calendar, which syncs. So lunar months, new moons, solar seasons. Okay, now we're getting real deep. Long story short, Chinese New Year always begins on the new moon between January 21st and February 20th. That's why the zodiac year never flips on January 1st. So it starts with the Chinese New Year. Makes sense. Why February specifically? Chinese astrology is deeply agriculture. The new year is timed around the end of winter, the start of renewal and planting cycles. February marks the energetic shift from inward to outward. Perfect timing for a horse year, honestly. That animal does not do stillness. Retweet. Wow, I love it. I'm here for it. See, I would rather look at this type of stuff than think about resolutions. I'm big on vision boards, like I said, or I didn't say vision board, sorry. I'm big on goals, but I'm big on looking at the meaning to each year and looking more into different cultures as far as what New Year brings, because I think that there are so many cool cultures that celebrate a new year in such a different way than how we just think, okay, we're going to have a resolution. I'm going to go to the gym every day, or I'm going to do 75 hard. Wait, why? What? I'm going to do dry January. Wait, why? What? I love looking into stuff like this. This is super fun. I hope your Year of the Fire Horse goes fantastic. And of course, we'll be able to update as we continue to go along. But happy Fire Horse. Soon. Something that I love doing is saving things that I see online, on social media, in my handy dandy notebook that I always think are great topics to chit chat about on the podcast. And one of them is breaking news. Chobani is facing a class action lawsuit after endocrine disruptors were discovered in their yogurt through independent testing. Okay, can I read? So a class action lawsuit has been filed against Chobani, allegedly that some of its yogurt products marketed as having only natural ingredients contain endocrine disrupting chemicals called pithalatus. Yikes, that's embarrassing. I can't say that. The lawsuit asserts that Chobani has engaged in false advertising by labeling certain products as natural. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's not just Chobani. We live in America. It's essentially every brand out there has some sort of white lie on their packaging and ingredients. I mean, if you look at almost every aisle in a grocery store and grab a bag and it tells you non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, even FDA approved, doesn't even matter anymore. And it tells you it's all natural or no artificial flavoring. And then you turn it around and you read the ingredients and half the shit, excuse my language, half the stuff you can't even read. So, I mean, I don't want to poop on Chobani. It's just something that I read that was interesting. But if we're gonna call out brands, then let's bring them all forward. Let's bring them all forward and let them have their day in court, because there are a ton that I know that could be rebranding themselves from what they say on their packaging. But let's read further. So long story short, the reason why there's a lawsuit is because the unknown or the known endocrine disruptors, meaning that they can interfere with the body's hormones, they have been linked to several health risks, including reproductive and developmental issues. And the EPA has classified some as possible human carcinogens, cancer cause. Carcinogens, I can never say that, but everything causes cancer. The plaintiffs claim that consumers who purchased the yogurt were misled by the only natural ingredients label and would not have bought the product had they known about this. Okay, I hate to say it, but this seems like someone that was bored just decided to complain and they went after Chobani, and now there's a lawsuit because, again, let's dive into every other product. Unless Chobani was truly, and I'm going to have to go look at the labeling. I have 2 large things of Chobani in my fridge right now. It could proceed. In the California federal court, and federal judge recently ruled the case could proceed. Let's see what happened with that. Whatever happened with the Chobani class action lawsuit that recently was brought up. So it was a plastic-related chemicals. So the complaint isn't framed as an FDA recall issue. It's basically alleging false advertising and deceptive labeling because the presence of these chemicals would contradict the natural ingredients claim. But there was no recall, and there's no official regulatory action tied to alleged chemical contamination. It's strictly a civil lawsuit right now. Exactly, civil lawsuit. Okay, moving on. That's exactly how I figured it would be when I said that. Okay, next topic. I talked about the hippocampus, which is a part of our brain that holds memory and is an area that our brain uses a lot as far as our emotions and how we perceive things. And so when I found this little tidbit, I thought it was great to chat about because we've talked about hippocampus before, but 30 minutes of walking 3 times a week can increase the size of the hippocampus and improve memory. Now, I guarantee you, whoever's listening or watching this, someone's gonna be like, well, no crap, relax, okay? Walking 40 minutes 3 times a week can literally grow your hippocampus by 2%. So we're growing in the brain. I love this. I love that we're able to recalibrate and retrain our brain for our entire life. We can do it for as long as we can. I think that is the most powerful and terrifying thing, that we can rewire and retrain our brain to be happier, to be healthier, to be smarter, to make better decisions. Research from the University of Illinois and University of Pittsburgh showed that 1 year of moderate aerobic exercise increased hippocampal volume, reversing age-related brain shrinking by 1 to 2 years. We love that. The growth in the hippocampus leads to improvement in spatial memory. See, that's another thing that's super important. When we talk about movement, as far as cardio, walking, exercise in general, we tend to always go towards anti-aging and longevity as far as being able to just do simple daily tasks as like whoa. For example, getting out of bed or sitting on the toilet, bending over. Also talking about, our cardiovascular health. We never really talk about how simple movement throughout the day can make our brain not shrink and make our brain healthier and remove the negative mental health and trauma that we have endured throughout, our lives, which is really interesting and really cool. And I don't ever think about it like that, though it is kind of, ironic in the sense that I just did my run club this morning, and obviously endorphins are on a high right now. I'm feeling great. Anytime I do a run, I could do anything in the world. It just goes to show that you just need to move your body, get out of bed, do something for yourself that it causes you to get your heart rate going. It causes you to get fresh air or to sweat a little, to get your muscles warmed up and your limbs moving, and your therapy bill will be a lot less expensive. So then I was thinking, when I was reading that article, writing out a few things that you can do on your day to day, and they're just baby changes that will really alter your brain chemistry and just how you perceive yourself, how you perceive your life, how you perceive circumstances, how you go about your day, how you treat people. If you want to remember these or write these down, I think it is really smart, and they're really, really easy day-to-day tasks that, again, can just be implemented into your routine that will make a difference. Get ready every day, not full glam, but try to look your best. That's something that I have not always done. I'm not a big makeup gal. I'm not big into doing my hair. I love wearing, streetwear, activewear, but just doing a few little tweaks here and there, even with my activewear, even with my streetwear, just dressing it up a little bit or, mixing and matching or styling your outfit, throwing on just some blush or something. It truly makes a difference of how you feel confident and how you go out about your day feeling like you're ready to achieve your goals, you're ready to do business, you're ready to just, face people, take your meetings, whatever it is. Move your body daily, like we just talked about, exercise, lots of steps. And if you're not in a place or you're not able to exercise daily, let's say, or you're working on that and that's something that's been very difficult for you, then try to just do 20 jumping jacks every hour. Try to just do lunges, even if you're inside or outside or whatever it is. Try to just do some movement. Make sure you stretch. Try to touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, then we got a problem. You know what I mean? Think about just minor movements that you could do if you're struggling with getting yourself to the point of working out or doing movements such as walking. Make sleep a top priority. Go to bed and wake up at the same time daily. So I'm a creature of habit. I'm a type A, I'm OCD, creature of habit. I love routine. And one thing I take pride in is waking up at a specific time every day, allowing myself to have that one day where I've never been big into like, I can't sleep in no matter what. There's no way. Like I can wake up and make a coffee and sit on the couch, but I'll immediately want to journal or I'll immediately want to start looking at my agenda or my schedule or planner, whatever you want to call it, or I'll get on my computer and answer emails. I know it sounds crazy because I do try to shut off, but what I'm saying is I wish I could be the type of person just to, stay in bed an extra hour, prioritizing your sleep where you're going to bed no later than 10 o'clock. Well, okay, everyone's schedule's different. This is for me. I love a solid 9 o'clock bedtime, but going to bed no later than 10 o'clock. And I am a 6 a.m. gal. And my sleep in day would be like a 7 a.m., 7:30 at the latest. So having a routine where you're doing something consistently and you're wiring your brain that way, I promise you, you will see such a change in your mental health and in your motivation, but also you'll just realize actually how I don't want to say like how much weight you'll lose, but you'll realize that your weight and your weight fluctuates and your weight will change. You will lose weight, you will wake up less bloated, you will actually wake up more hungry but in a positive way. It's just so important to prioritize your sleep, and there are times where I don't do that if I'm going through something, or when I'm on my period, there's for some reason I can't go to bed early. Like it's really bad. You'll notice a huge difference in your body and your mental health. And I promise you, you will just do it. Do it for your muscle mass. Do it for the fat burning part, if anything. I mean, let's be real here. Eat your body weight in protein daily and 3 liters of water. Yes. So eat your body weight in protein, but the stipulations to this is that if you're eating your body weight in protein daily, you should be doing moderate to vigorous exercise. I will say if you're eating your body weight in protein daily and you're not doing 45 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise 4 to 5 days a week, you will most likely bulk. Now, if you want to do that, that's totally fine. But if you're going to have that much protein, which I love protein. I'm all for protein. I try to get as much protein as I can a day, but I'm also exercising vigorously and training vigorously hours and hours throughout the week, typically 7, mostly 6, because I do like to give myself a recovery, but I'll do some sort of slow movement on the 7th day. If you're not wanting to bulk, then you're going to have to figure out in the sense of what type of movement you're doing and the type of eating you're doing with the protein. And that's for another day. Long story short, eat your body weight in protein if you're exercising at least 45 minutes to an hour, 4 to 5 times a week. Yes. And also too, it depends on the type of protein. If you're eating animal protein, plant protein, I don't know, invisible protein. There's so many different proteins now. What else is there? Plant protein, though, it's like vegan. Yeah, just plant and animal. Water protein. Oh, I love this. This one's obviously my favorite if you know me. Do your skincare morning and night, no excuses. Lord have mercy. I don't understand how people just don't do their skincare routine. I don't understand how they don't want to look at themselves in the mirror and just pile on the best stuff on your beautiful face. And I take pride in that. I take pride in it in the morning. I take pride in it in the evening. I'm actually filming content for stuff like that right now. So follow me on Instagram at Fit with Jess Rose MCD, as in McDowell. So M as in man, C, D as in David. Plug. But yeah, doing your skincare routine, taking a hot shower, even if you don't want to wash your hair, even if you just need to get in there and just put water on you, taking a hot shower twice a day. I don't understand how people don't take showers in the morning. To me, again, I can't knock people, but taking a shower in the morning, no matter what, if you work out, if you don't work out, is just such a way to get your body wake you wake up, you feel better, you're washing off the night, you're starting a new day, you're feeling clean, and then doing your skincare routine. It's amazing. I have the most, I can't, if I don't do that, I don't feel productive. I feel disgusting. And then at nighttime, just being able, that's how you settle, you know? And then if you have any type of tools that you use, you know, gua sha, or I have my, you know, Medicube little thing, whatever you want to call it, do it, do it, do it. I'm talking too much about it. I was also going to say, and if you're not the type of person because you think it takes too long, get in your bed and do it. Sometimes I'm so exhausted and I don't want to put the mask on because I know I have to wash it off. It's not about putting on, it's that I'm going to have to get back up and wash it off. And then I'm going to have to do my, you know, 10-step skincare routine, which we don't have to get excessive, by the way. I'm a nutbag. You can do a 3 or 4-step skincare routine, which is recommended. Again, I'm just a nutbag. But get in your bed and romanticize it. Light a candle, you know, put some music on or a show on and just do it in your bed. Have a towel with you if you need to wipe your hands off. And in the morning time, look at it like it's your time to kind of set your intentions for the day, you know, set your intentions, talk to yourself. I love doing that. I'll talk to myself. I'll look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, girl, we're going to do this, you know, I've got you, you've got me kind of thing. Say no to the things that disrupt your routine and won't add value to your life. Duh. Easier said than done in some cases. Each day, I feel like you could set a little boundary for yourself, help not disrupt your day to day, or will not help disrupt your mental health. It could even be something where you have a small change in your routine, or I don't want to say cutting people off because I'm not trying to get that, you know, deep. If there's something that's no longer fulfilling you, making small changes that will benefit you in the future. Okay, so this one is definitely a high maintenance, but low maintenance, but high maintenance one. Keep your nails, brows, lashes on a maintenance schedule. So I don't do my brows professionally. I'll just let them grow out, whatever. Nails, I always have to have my nails done. That's been something I, for as long as I can remember, always had to have my nails done, toes done. It's just something that I feel clean, aesthetically enhancing. It makes me feel good. And I have always budgeted for that. You can also budget for it by doing it yourself if you want to. There's no shame in how you do it. It's just a matter of making yourself feel good. Lashes, I've never had my lashes done. But long story short, I was just thinking of things. I mean, for me, my maintenance is always my nails, my toes, and then my Botox, you know? Those are things that I take pride in that are maintenance. Other than that, I mean, I've gotten laser done before, but it's just, I mean, I thought that when you would get laser, like laser hair removal, that it would, like you'd go in for like, you know, your 6 sessions and then you're done. Like you never have hair again. No, you got to go for life. So it's just, to me, it's like, then what's the point? You know, like I thought we were just going to blast this stuff off and it was going to be good. Anything that makes you feel more like a woman, more confident, more, I don't want to say clean, but just aesthetic, looking good, looking sharp, do it. Do it, budget it. I'm sure that you can cut off a few of extra of those coffees that you get or going out and having drinks with the girls or whatever else that you spend your money on to do it. Keep the promises that you make to yourself daily. Gosh, I think that also comes in with productivity too, or not productivity, but yeah, productivity in the sense of if you're writing a to-do list and you're noticing that you're rolling over multiple tasks week after week, you got to change something. And I've done that. I have definitely done that. And some of them are so minor, like call your doctor and update your address. You know, sometimes it's the most annoying simplistic task, but I think promising something to yourself and following through, it's more than just the follow through, but it shows the accountability on your end and the responsibility on your end. But also, it's the action of showing up for yourself. Because for me, I have suffered with abandonment issues in my life, and I have suffered with false promises in my life. When certain situations happen that trigger that, I do feel very out of control. So when you're setting promises for yourself and you're following through, it almost wires the brain in the sense to show like, okay, you promise yourself, you're taking care of yourself. You've got this. Simple as that. Journal every single day, no excuses, get honest. I love journaling. I've been a big journaler again for a very long time. I save my journals. There are times when I'll go back and read my journals. Not everyone is a pen to paper person. Not everyone is a journal person. Some people get it out in different ways. So all I have to say is, as long as you're taking time every day to vent to yourself and word vomit, then you're doing it. Whether it's on pen and paper, whether you type it out, whether you talk in the mirror, talk to yourself, whether it's in the car, as long as you are word vomiting and getting it out, then you can check that off your list, because it is monumental the difference that it makes. When I'm going through anything in life, positive or negative, when I journal and I let it all out, I feel like I just cleanse the body. My mind is clearer, I sleep better, I'm more relaxed, my anxiety goes down. It really is wild how you don't realize the things that are just stuck in your head that you need to get out, that you're suppressing, or that you're going to say, "Oh, I'll take care of that later." And once you get it out, holy crap, I'm feeling clear, I'm feeling lightheaded. That's it. I'm feeling lightheaded, I'm feeling lighter. And also you get more clarity on things. Maybe it helps you with making decisions, maybe it helps you with, what your plan is for career, or professional career, same thing, relationally, friendship wise, anything, fitness and health related. I just think it's super, super important to let it all go, let it all out. Don't act like you're writing a novel. Don't act like you're writing for a crowd. Don't act like you're writing for someone to read it. Just let it out. There are times where I'll just go and I forget that I'm even writing and I don't even pick up my hand. It actually gets to the point where I have to stop because I'm in pain. It's just the best. It's so therapeutic. All right. Last one. Only consume content that is positive and beneficial. Yes, we control what we see. People want to act like that's not true, but it is. You can unfollow. You can rewire your algorithm and retrain your whoa, hi. First time speaking. You can retrain your algorithm, and it's not difficult and it's super easy. I promise you. It's just a matter of searching things that are different, but also not opening, if you're in like your explore page or wherever, not engaging or opening videos that no longer serve you or that you don't like. You can also say that you're not interested. That's not being a troll, or that's not hurting somebody else. That's just simply letting the algorithm know I'm not interested in this. And that way they'll be like, okay, cool. So we're going to we're going to flush that through. We're going to filter it through, and we're going to give you something else. You can control what you see. You can control what you do. And I think that that's where there's been a big gray area with social media, of people using it as an excuse that I think you could take responsibility for. So just listen to me on that one. So yeah, that's that. Food for thought. I have it saved on my phone and I've favorited it. So I look at it every day. I try to at least accomplish 3 or 4 of them, but because all of them are so different and minor, that you really could incorporate all of them throughout your day and your routine, because they're not major tasks that could, make you feel overwhelmed or intimidated. Last topic, which I think is a great way to end the first episode of 2026. And that is, complaining literally weakens your brain. Every time you focus on what's wrong, you elevate cortisol and reduce the brain's ability to adapt. Well, well, well. I don't want to say I'm a complainer. I'm not a complainer, but I will say that I'm more of like a first world problem complainer, if that makes sense. As humans, we will naturally complain and don't even realize it. When this stumbled across my feed, it's actually an account that I follow that I really love. But when this stumbled across my feed, I chuckled and then had to save it just because I think it's something that we all could work on that we don't even like, we subconsciously do. So it says research shows the brain is highly sensitive not only to external stressors, but to internal language and emotional tone. Across neuroscience and psychology, a consistent pattern emerges. How we mentally frame experiences influences how long stress responses last and how quickly the brain returns to baseline. Over time, everyday thought habits quietly shape cognitive resilience. Negative focus doesn't stay contained. Research indicates it is both socially and neurologically contagious. Complaining spreads through conversation, reinforces group level stress, and prolongs collective arousals. On an individual level, repeated exposure to negative framing slows emotional recovery, keeping the brain reactive even after the original problem has passed. Well, damn. I mean, I feel seen. 2026 is going to be about, and I don't want to say less complaining, but less first world problems and more about compartmentalizing appropriately what is going on in your life that is real and what is going on in your life that doesn't matter, and how you can rewire your thinking to where it is working for you, not against you. And that's how I wanted to end the episode, was just you taking a moment to think about, when was the last time I complained, or when was the last time I had a first world problem? Why did I have that? Is it necessary? Is it something that I can fix and tweak? Is it a real problem or is it a me problem? And how you can be better. Be better. And that's that. I just realized products of the week. I haven't done products in the week. Okay, we'll just do some quick products of the week. I'm loving this lip glow butter by Dior. I actually got it in Europe. My mom and I got matching ones together. I know, so cute. I didn't even talk about my Euro trip. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw it all. I don't know. I loved it. It was the best time. It was so awesome. We went to 4 different countries and 8 or 9 different cities. I will say that this is one of those trips where it will be a core memory. I mean, all my trips to Europe is a core memory, but one thing in particular is that, I mean, I've been to all the countries except Malta, because it was Italy, Malta, France, Spain. Out of all the 8 different cities, only 2 of them I had been to before. All the other ones I hadn't been to. And I just love that, because sometimes I'm a Europe, what is it, like a repeat offender. And this time around, I was not. I do think my mom had been to a handful of them. It was just so magical. And I felt like I was there for a month. I was there for about 3 weeks. I felt like I was there for a month just because we did so many different things. And it was truly just so magical and such an amazing trip. And I wish that for everybody. But that's all I want to say about that. Anyways, moving on. My Endorphin Pro 4 running sneakers, they're all disgusting right now because I just ran in them this morning. I am obsessed. I love Saucony. They're the best sneaker brand, but the Endorphin Pros are absolutely amazing. And so are the Elites, the ones that are super carbon plated. They're also on my balcony. Pumped because they're about to drop a new Endorphin sneaker. And I am going to just, I cannot wait to get my hands on them. I really did just pull these products of the week out of a hat, but I'm actually quite impressed with myself here. Next product of the week are my little lemon candies that I brought back from Italy. They are the best lemon candies in the world. When you get to the center, it's like a little zing, a zest of lemon. I have 3 bags. They're amazing. I leave them on my island in my little Royal Copenhagen China tray. Love it. From there, Timeline, which is a brand, supplements brand, health and wellness brand, sent me a PR package. And part of that, they gave me an Instatek, whatever. It's a Polaroid camera. How sweet, right? I love it. It's so cute. I cherish it. Thank you, Timeline. And last but certainly not least is my TRX weighted vest. I believe this is the 10 pounder. I am super pumped to give this a go. And I am actually going to be partnering with them and working with them, which is a really great start to 2026. And I cannot wait to run in this and train in it. And now we have officially ended the first episode of 2026. Love you all. See you next week. And that's that.